Certainly a bit of a tougher story out there for the first part of this video to cover, guys. That being FaZe Ewok a few days ago now, coming out with her own story. And yes, a very young teenager, of course, from the Fortnite scene, also a part of FaZe Clan, widely known, especially a year or so ago, for a variety of reasons. Unfortunately, over the past few days, has shared her own story, her own personal experience with sexual misconduct and a potential predatory action taken against her by a figure out there who will not be named. I'll be linking this stuff down below for all of you guys. I think this stuff should be shared and should be learned from anyone else up and coming, not just females out there, but of course younger ladies out there who look up to Ewok as a figure of inspiration. This takes obviously a lot to come out and share this story, and I want to quickly get out of the way that Ewok, I want to thank you for this, because obviously it takes a lot to share these kind of very traumatic moments. But there are so many, again, people in the scene who look up to you, but especially there are younger women out there and girls who look up to you as well. They will see this, they will learn from it, and they will be better off actually hearing your story. So I want to thank you for sharing something that was definitely rough to read. If you guys want to read through the entire thing yourselves, I'll give you a quick TLDR of her post about this with sexual misconduct, stretching back to when she was just 13 years old, dealing with a figure who was apparently 17 years old at the time. And throughout the relationship, she eventually was 14. He eventually was 18, that being a legal adult. And it was very, very difficult to read. Where apparently she was talking to this person day in and day out, whether it be through text or FaceTime. He began early on encouraging her to send pictures and things, which she took this as a need to validate herself. Remember how young Ewok is and still very impressionable. What she goes on to talk about, what they're not teaching in these schools is, you know, these kind of sexual forms of misconduct that are used against these very, very young, impressionable kids, and how to react to this kind of stuff. And she makes a very valid point as she does continue. Eventually being scared to tell her parents in fear of how they'd react to the situation. Then when she turned 14 and he's supposedly 18, an adult, he returned and things got increasingly sexual, with him performing such acts and sending her videos of it. And I want to stress, Ewok, there is nothing to be disappointed about when you share these kind of things. I already said it before, I'll say it again. There are so many figures who look up to you as a person of inspiration and the courage it takes to share these kind of things, and people are better off hearing your story. It is unfortunate that you have had to go through this and of course learn from this as well, but I hope it brought you some form of relief to actually share this story, and it takes so much to actually share this story. But I promise you this, there will be so many people better off from you sharing this experience, and you should not be ashamed of sharing that. I'm going to end it there. Obviously, it's very, very tough to read. And again, things will be linked down below for all of you guys. Transitioning into a bit of a happier story out there as we continue to talk about the LCK, a franchise league over in Korea for League of Legends, and the teams out there with the application process. We originally actually talked about teams like FaZe Clan, NRG, submitting letters of intent, but no going any further for them, it seems, to pursue that LCK spot. It seems Wiz Khalifa now entering the game alongside other very well-known rappers, maybe not to some of you guys watching, that being Sehun. I probably mispronounced that. A South Korean rapper who, by the way, is gigantic. He is huge, just like Wiz Khalifa. Now in partnership, it does seem. If you guys do not know, Wiz Khalifa, actually an investor in the Pittsburgh Knights. They have actually now partnered up with Absolute Power Esports, or APE. And yes, it's actually Wiz Khalifa, an investor in Pittsburgh Knights. And we actually have Sehun, another very widely known rapper and artist, huge in Korea. He's an investor in APE. They have now joined up, and that is why Wiz Khalifa did say, go get that LCK spot. I imagine that's what this partnership is actually made to do. Try and go after some big things, because, you know, going after an LCK spot, you need to showcase a big backing with big figures, with big money and prominence. And I imagine that's why Pittsburgh and APE have now partnered up to try and go pursue the LCK franchise. Will they get it? I have no idea, but it's increasingly very cool to see all these artists and rappers. Just yesterday, we talked about Pusha T and Drake potentially beefing over a CSGO match, which is crazy in itself. Now we got Wiz Khalifa and Sehun coming in as well and searching for a franchise spot in League of Legends for the organizations of which they are invested into. Until next time, what do you guys think about this? You know what to do, all right? Drink that water, drink that coffee. I'll catch you guys back here sometime soon.